I am, yeah, a lot of curiosity comes up within me as you say this here. Firstly, just thank you for sharing. And I think, as we have this conversation, you'll see, Mary. It might break our flow just a bit, but I also want to do a little bit of teaching as we're going through this year, just to point out different things that's coming along, right? Right now, the tool that I feel really strongly attuned to is curiosity and gratitude. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you shared your full name here, and the story around it, like, and how you feel around it. So thank you for that. Like it's if I'm being honest, like it just really hits me. There's areas where that resonates. It's not for me. It's not about my name being an older name, but it's being an African name. It's like clearly not American. So like I get the I get on one level um like how that can shape and how that might change things. I get really curious. That's the second tool here. So the first one is gratitude. This after I let's say it, like my face is like beams. I'm just like I'm so happy, yeah, because I've known you, but I haven't known this story. um and then the second thing here is curiosity. And for me, curiosity lives in the world of a story right now. You had said that one day you decided that you are gonna own your name. It didn't mean that everyone else gets to just use it, but for you, if I'm getting this right, for you, you're like this is who I am. Let me make sure I own that. Am I getting that right there? Am I firstly in the right place?
I said that honestly, I've always been proud of my name.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the same pride that I'm gonna shout it to the world pride. I felt um I felt the pride of, hey, I get a family name, both of my grandmothers, nobody else. My siblings didn't get any parts of a heritage name. Like, it meant a lot to me to have a name that was passed down. None of my siblings had. They might have had a variation, but I had the exact name. And I always felt like in my spirit that I was connected to both of my grandmothers, whether the one I knew was still alive, thank God, and the one I never met. That I just heard stories about it. And the stories I've heard, they're like night and day, people. um, but I always wanted my own too. It was a privilege to have someone else's name, but at the same time, was my unique name. My siblings had their unique names that were pulled out or whatever name. Um, I was a part. Excuse me, I just had this. Now that I say that, it makes me think back, and the story that you told about belonging. I never saw my name like that. I saw my name as being a part, but not me as being a part. I always felt most of my life growing up that I was not a part of things, that I was an outsider and I didn't belong anywhere, not in my family, not with my friends or anywhere. And wow, just seeing how I realized that my name is a part, I more belong than my siblings. Seems as though, like, if anyone belongs, I belong. Definitely.
Man, how does that feel to say that aloud, to come to that? I know. And let me rephrase that question, Mary. I'm just really curious what's going on inside of your body right now, like as you say that.
Man, it's like a bundle of this little fire ice. If I were to give it a description, because I'm a creative visual person,
Mhm.
it looks like a electrical bluish reddish ball that's just like pulsating. That's how it feels like from like here to my upper torso. And then I feel like tingles throughout my extremities.
I
It's amazing.
again.
I said it's amazing. I don't I'm about lost for words, and I talk a lot and I usually have a lot of words.
Yeah, I asked because in my mind I was making up. I'm like, oh wow, that sounds tremendous, right? And I wanted to make sure that like that I actually checked in with you to see like what was actually taking place within you, right? And not even from like what we would mentally say this is what it needs to be, but instead just like checking with what was happening in your body, just to be just to even just be more present with you, just be even more present in here. You brought back in belonging for me, and um, it's interesting to me because every as much as I think that I'm moving away from belonging or I'm having a conversation that's not about belonging, and like in one way, shape, or form, it is always it's like how can we simply belong to ourselves so we can be in the world and then collaborate and bring all of who we are to the table to collaborate and co-create with people, you know. Um, it's it's not lost on me right now that what you're saying. It actually, it's the World Joy Movement. Yeah. What was your greatest insight from this conversation? And if you want to come and be a part of a conversation like this live, it's really simple. Just go to beworldjoy.com and come introduce yourself and let's take the conversation to the next level because you're there now. All right, let's play.